recent flooding in the Fourth Humber Strip. This area to the south of the map, which you can't see, but down here, Fourth Humber Strip suffered some flooding a few months ago. Relief and recovery effort is almost complete, and the restructuring of the South Humberside is on track. So yeah, that's not a factor.
Yeah, I read in the press release that there are terrorist elements in the southern part of your mainland.
That's just Brownian media, whipping things up a bit. There's hardly any terrorists to speak of, and local civil unrest, a few anarchist agitators which are being dealt with. Yeah.
Next one.
I was actually going to ask the same question as Derek. My name is Sharif from mustardian TV. I was going to ask about terrorism in mustardian on the mainland and how you actually reacted to that.
I think there's an important point here to say that there is an international problem, and there is a foreign. So there's a domestic and there's an international problem here. On the domestic front, our security services and our police forces are dealing with the problems of insurgents within our own borders. On an international front, we are going to deploy an expeditionary force to assist Browner in combating the problem in the western area of the former northwestern Britannica, and in particular to provide security to our enclaves. Next one along.
Emily, mustardian newspapers. I wanted to ask about the situation in North Hebridean, how the current conflict is affecting that, and whether the referendum will still go ahead. If so, how you plan to protect that from being influenced by terrorism?
I don't actually have any current details on this one. I don't know whether
the referendum was meant to occur a number of months, possibly 15 months after the ceasefire agreement was achieved last year. That time for the referendum has been gone. That was a referendum that should have been hosted by the Browning government for the people of North Hebridean. The mustardian government wants to see that referendum occur for the people of North Hebridean, and we're quite concerned that it hasn't. But there should be a referendum.
And what actions are you taking to try and push that referendum?
This is something that will be raised, at the security talks, and we'll take it forward from there. I'm going to take the last question from the front now, please. Thank you. Please.
Browning TV. Sir, what is your estimate on civilian casualties if military action does take place?
All military action that we will take will be taken against identified and confirmed military or terrorist targets. It is not our policy to deliberately or accidentally or otherwise endanger non-combatants within this conflict. Every effort will be made to ensure that collateral damage does not occur, or if it does, will be kept to an absolute minimum commensurate with the need to keep the operation. To that extent, we are engaging on a very extensive information operation to inform people in the area what is going on and what actions are likely to be taken, to give them sufficient time to move away from the region if that becomes necessary. But we are going to use precision weaponry. It is our reliance on that and the technology and our intelligence on the ground which we'll use to ensure that civilian casualties are kept to an absolute minimum, and we will not engage civilian targets.
So there is a risk of displacement?
There is a risk of displacement, a small risk of displacement. But we have made contingencies, adequate contingencies within the expeditionary force to cater with the level of displacement that we envisage, and also we are making additional facilities available within mustardian to cope with displacement across the borders within the limits of the, within the boundaries of the numbers that we believe are likely to occur.
Can you give us more details on this, please?
I'm afraid not at this time.
Minister, thank you very much. I'm going to wrap the press conference part of this